Welcome back to Right Answers Mostly, a podcast on what you didn't learn in history class, but you really wanted to. My name is Tess Palomo.
My name is Claire Donald.
And welcome back, Rammies. Welcome back to the second episode of Marilyn Monroe Month.
We are just getting started.
There is so much to cover.
I am so excited.
And quick shout out to Newly, who dressed us for this episode. Don't we look cute if you're watching on YouTube?
That's right. We got compliments on our outfits already. I was truly like, every time we're in a Newly fit, we get compliments.
I know. It's really, it's a rush.
It is a rush. So if you also want attention and compliments, then join Newly. The link is in our show notes, and you get $28 off your first month.
You got this.
Your first month with code RAM.
And we're just going to dive right in because I think we need to.
I'm so excited.
So Claire, where do you remember that we left off last time?
Well, talk about a tough childhood. She was bouncing around between foster homes and orphanages. Oh, she just got married. Or she was dating Jim.
Yes, she's dating Jim/James, which I found out was the same person. She's been crushing on him. He's the older man, and that crazy Grace of hers.
It was Grace, yeah, because Gladys is her mom.
Yes.
And Gladys is not doing well.
Gladys is not well, and she will continue not to be well.
Yeah.
But Grace was like, I have an idea. Why don't you drop out of high school, and you can marry him, and he can take care of you, and that is the plan.
And then I won't have to take care of you anymore.
Exactly. She's always trying to throw her off to someone else. So, guys, Norma Jeane is getting married. Bethany getting married, I would have to say. She is.
Because it's just bad.
It's just bad.
Bethany Frankel from Real Housewives of New York.
Yeah, the spinoff show about her true demise before she even got married. It is some of the darkest TV you'll ever watch, but it's really, really good. So that's the tone of where we are at right now.
Okay, how old is Norma?
Well, that's a great question, Claire. So she's about to turn 16.
That's so crazy.
Because the legal age to get married at this time for a girl was 16 in California. So do you remember how she had been told before, she had been getting a lot of different opinions from women in her life that were taking care of her. And kind of her last big advice was, you can be anyone, you can do anything. You can be an actress, you can be famous, but men and marriage and sex are not for you. Men are scary, sex is scary.
Yes.
Don't go there.
And her experience with men and sex thus far has been scary.
She's had so much trauma.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, it's actually, marriage is the only safe thing for you right now. You need someone to protect you. You need the security. So she later describes this marriage as a dream that never really happened.
Okay.
So apparently, Grace is all right, you're about to turn 16. Let's get it going. Let's start planning everything. Y'all hag. And Norma Jeane is hey, Grace, I'm just curious. Do I have to have sex if I get married, which feels heartbreaking to me? Imagine when you're a child and all of a sudden you're oh my God, I have to now do all these things that I don't want to do.
What does this even mean? What is sex really even?
Oh my God. It gave me a pit in my stomach. And Grace is don't worry, honey, you'll learn. And she hands her this manual called What Every Young Lady Should Know About Marriage. And it's very coy and evasive. And it basically talks about how to keep your man happy, how to iron his shirt, how to do things around the house. But it says nothing about sex, which she's that's what I need to know. What am I doing here?
Right.
What is sex? How do I have sex? Jim takes her shopping for a ring.
Okay.
And she's once again, I thought this was going to be at least romantic, or I'd get a surprise. Everything just feels so transactional. Mm-hmm. And she does not like that. She's there's no romance in this, because remember that she does have a crush on him.
She does. Yeah. Because he's the older guy and he was the big man on campus.
Yeah. And he's cute.
Yeah.
And I think she's excited to I think it's so complicated. I think she's terrified, but she's also excited to have security with him.
Right.
So on June 1st, 1942, Norma Jeane turns 16.
I was about to say, that's her birthday.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's her birthday. And that following Sunday, she and Jim found a one-bedroom in Sherman Oaks. So they sign a 6-month lease that has one Murphy bed in it. That's it. They're okay, it's unfurnished, but they're this will do for now. It's all just really not, this
It's
is
a true one room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on June 19th, just a few weeks later, the ceremony was performed at a home of a friend of Grace's.
Okay.
Which was fine. Her matron of honor, Norma Jeane's matron of honor, was truly an acquaintance from high school. Because Bebe is gone.
Oh, that's right, about Bebe.
Bebe is gone. We do not know where she is. So she's not there. So she asked this girl, she's hey, that TikTok sound. Hey.
Well, she didn't have any friends really besides Bebe.
No, and Chick still doesn't really have any community. Apparently, she was shaking so much that she could hardly stand during the ceremony. There's this reception held after, and Jim retained this one memory of the day. Quote, she never let go of my arm all afternoon, even when she looked at me, as though she was afraid I might disappear while she was out of the room. Like, she just was like holding on to him for like dear life.
Well, she's a child. Like,
she's a child. Yeah. It's just so sad. And shortly after, marriage issues ensued.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. So immediately she's like, oh, Jim is someone that really likes to be in control of me. We've seen this before.
Well, and I was just about to say, I'm getting into my research for next week's episode, which is heavily on her marriages.
Yes.
And this will be a theme.
We're gonna talk about her early relationships today, and wow. But it all makes sense when you're like, she had to get married at 16 and she like wasn't even like an adult yet. She said this about their marriage. My marriage didn't make me feel sad, but it didn't make me feel happy either. My husband and I hardly spoke to each other. This wasn't because we were angry. We had nothing to say. I was dying of boredom.
Yeah, it's just like we're just living together now.
Exactly. And he said this about their marriage. I found this really heartbreaking. He said, quote, she was so sensitive and insecure, I realized I wasn't prepared to handle her. I knew she was too young and that her feelings were very easily hurt. She thought I was mad at her if I didn't kiss her goodbye every time I left the house. We see each other.
We see each anxious attachment girlies.
Yeah, I'm like, Jim, that's not fucking crazy. Just kiss your wife. When we had an argument, I'd say, just shut up. And I'd end up going to sleep on the couch. An hour later, I'd wake up to find her sleeping along me or nearby on the floor. She was very forgiving. She never held a grudge in her life. She seemed to be playing a kind of part, rehearsing for a future I couldn't figure out.
That makes so much sense to me with like abandonment issues. That's like, well, I can't let anyone be mad at me because they will leave me.
And like, I don't even care about the fight. I'm not going to hold a grudge. I just want you to love me. Oof. So some red flags and just like tough parts of the relationship on like both of their ends were, first of all, she called him daddy. Like not in an ironic way that we say now, like sweetheart. Daddy. She literally referred to him as daddy.
I think that was like more of a thing back then too.
I think it was as well. This is in the 40s, you guys.
Like, yeah, I'm glad that some things change.
Can you imagine?
Daddy?
Like, on Housewives, like, I feel like a few of them in the early seasons, like Tamra maybe called Simon daddy or something.
Well, I'm not going to take relationship advice from Tamra Judge.
So, like, what do you mean? Why?
My toxic Virgo sister.
I mean, I can't quit her, honestly. Yeah. She also, like we mentioned, she didn't have any friends. Yeah. And like, that's so hard when you're like in this lonely marriage, you don't have a community.
In a 1-bedroom apartment in Sherman Oaks. Well, maybe I have been there before.
Yeah, just like in a way. This is all of our story in some way. But she also didn't really have social skills. Like she's learning as she goes of like not only social skills, but like relationship skills. Mm-hmm. And he's a controlling asshole, to be quite frank. He just is. So, and sexually, it was really tough. So they did sleep together because she's like, that's what you have to do. Yeah. But she really only likes kissing, which is really common for girls that have trauma
with sexual assault.
Yes, yeah. Like she doesn't really want to have sex, but she knows that she needs to. She has no one to talk to it about. Like it just must feel so lonely. So they end up moving to Van Nuys, and they adopt a border collie.
Oh, well, at least there's a good part of the story so far.
Yes, she is like, because she misses Tippy. So at least she has this dog because she doesn't really have a lot of other people. They do meet other couples like around the neighborhood. Like they're like, okay, we're a married couple. We should like try to bond with, the neighbors next door. So they're meeting other people like around their age. They're a little bit older than her. They're more like Jim's age. So once again, isolating. There's a young artist and his fiance. They meet this accountant that they get along with. There's 2 medical students that they hit it off with and their wives. And she is like, I do like hanging out with these people because I'm realizing when men see me, they really give me this like look. They give me a lot of attention and they seem to kind of not give a shit about their wives when I'm around.
The power.
Le power.
Le power.
She likes it.
Well, who could blame her?
Yeah, she's not happy with Jim. She's 16. Like, we just have to remember she is 16. So she's like starting to really explore in front of these men, like, oh, if I get up kind of slowly and if I do a little dance in front of them and if I laugh at their joke, she's like, I'm getting so much validation and it is like filling her cup. They end up going to the beach on like most of the weekends with other couples, and she purposely is like, I'm going to get a bikini that is 2 sizes too small so that like my body's exposed. And she's liking her time with the men. And Jim is deported to supervise rookies at this maritime service training in 1943. They're actually doing their training on Catalina Island.
Still have never been.
You've never been?
No, I would love to go.
It's such like, so I didn't know this. Apparently Catalina is like the place for movie stars and high executive like studio heads at this point to go. Like there used to be a theater there.
Oh, really?
And they would like show things that they were working on, and they would all like park, or not park. What do you do with your boat? Park your boat?
Park your boat. Yeah, like anchor it.
Anchor it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So all of like the, you know, like Louis B. Mayer? Louis B. Mayer.
That asshole.
That asshole. He would go with his yacht and bring like all these movie stars. So it's kind of a chic place. And Norma Jeane liking.
Yeah, I'm sure.
She likes being like, she's like, okay, I don't give a fuck what Jim is doing. He can go like train these little boys. But she enjoys her time on Catalina Island. She's like, now there's all these sailors looking at me.
Hello, sailor.
Hello, sailor. She starts working out.
Oh.
She has a bunch of equipment in her house, and she's like, I'm gonna start lifting.
She is a fitness girly.
She loved heavy weights. Like she knew before all of us did
how important it is for women to lift heavy weights.
Exactly. And she finds like a lot of, truly, physically and spiritually, a lot of power in lifting.
Wow.
So she's basically just working out and not doing much on this island. She's like, you know, sitting out in her bikini and people walk by, and then she goes to work out, and like that's kind of it.
It sounds nice.
It does sound nice. But she's still like, she's not happy with Jim. But Jim in 1944 joins the Merchant Marines. And so he has to be stationed overseas. So he's out.
She like, perfect.
She's like, just what I wanted to hear.
God.
But she has to take a job back in Burbank at Radioplane Company, which is an aircraft factory. She sprays fabrics in this room called the dope room. That's her job.
The dope room?
Maybe they're getting a little high on with the spray.
Yeah.
She got $20 a week for 60 hours of work. It's about $400 a week now for 60 hours.
60 hours? She was working 60 hours?
She was working 60.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
But what's interesting is that the Southern California economy was booming during the war. Booming. And there were thousands of more jobs for women. I thought that it would be the opposite during the war.
No, because Rosie the Riveter, like women had to go to work because the men were gone.
I just mean about the economy.
Oh, the economy. Yeah, no.
Right? Like, isn't that a time where like things are scarce?
I would think so.
But apparently things were good, and women were working all over LA like never before, which is a very fascinating thing. And suddenly she's like, I don't like working. I miss my husband. She's like, I do wish that he was back, which like, once again, I see you, girl.
Yeah.
I see you. She's writing him all the time. She kind of has this like, maybe she feels like a little abandoned by him, and suddenly she's like, wait, actually, like, come back and we can play house and like it will be better. So she's kind of feeling like strongly attached to him. This is so interesting. So Jim comes home for like a couple weeks during Christmas of this year, and this odd thing happens, which I guess ends up happening with like a lot of her partners. He gets back, they're like settling in, and she's like, you know what? I want you to sit by me, and I want you to like be next to me when I call my dad. Like, I need to figure out who my father is.
Oh.
And I do have his number, and I think I should reach out to him. And Jim was like, okay. And so she like dials a number, waits for someone to answer on the other line. They don't. She hangs up and she says, he doesn't want to talk to me, and starts like crying in his lap. And like, she wasn't calling her dad. And this kind of will become like a theme that she does.
So it's like she does it to get them, to comfort her. And so that I understand her mind in this moment. So I do. I get it.
I completely get it. She feels so lonely. And I think she just grasps on to being like, the more that they pity my childhood and my absent parents, they will love me more.
And take care of me, too.
Take care of me.
And like, she gains power in that way.
She does.
That makes so much sense.
I just found that so fascinating, because I honestly don't even think that's crazy.
No, that's fascinating.
And guys, she's 17 or 18 at this point too. You know what I mean? So I was like, interesting. We'll see this, we'll see this come up. I'm sure that's going to come up in your research too with her marriages.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So she's back. She's back at work. Jim's like, you got to work. Like, I got to go back overseas. She's like, okay, I'll see you when I see you. So she's inspecting parachutes at work one day when a crew of photographers from the Army's First Motion Picture Unit arrives at the factory. what they're doing, their task was to photograph women on the assembly line. They're like, look at the girls. Look at all the things that the girls are doing when the boys are overseas at war. So this was like a thing that they were doing around the country. This man on the crew, he's this 25-year-old man named David Conover. And he was like, oh, I'll be goddamned.
That is a gorgeous woman.
He's like, we have not seen the other women on the assembly line looking like you fine little thing. And he's like, wait, I'm like going to photograph you for this like stupid thing we're doing. But like, have you ever thought about modeling? And she was like, well, yeah, like kind of. But like, like I'm not very pretty. And he was like, no, like you should be a model. So basically, he helps start her career, and like she does become a model. It's not the way that you think. Like she's not on the cover of Vogue.
Well, I feel like there were more women who were like modeling and going to take like pictures. And
it's literally like that.
Yeah.
It's like not even catalog. It's sort of like corporate modeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then they had like pinup models and stuff.
Yes.
Too.
There were so many different types of modeling. And
Modeling
so
was so different back then. It's not like Gigi and Belle Hadid.
No, it's not.
My name is Belle Hadid.
What does she say?
Homeboy can like get it.
Homeboy can like get it, of course. No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that, but she's just doing sort of basic modeling. Photographers are starting to realize as she's modeling, they're like, you have this way of flirting with the camera, which is kind of making me feel like you're flirting with me. Mm-hmm. And like just the way that she truly is just like making love to the camera.
You know what they call that? The Raz.
They call that the Raz, and that's how you get jobs.
Exactly.
That's how you kept getting rehired.
That's how you make it in this world.
Like, truly. So people are liking her, and there is, David Conover said about shooting her, he said, quote, there was a luminous quality to her face, a fragility combined with astonishing vibrancy.
Well, isn't that her?
And isn't that like what men like? They're like, you little doll.
Totally.
Like you have trauma, but you're beautiful.
Exactly.
So everyone's falling in love with her. But what he did also realize that she was incredibly hard on herself during these early years. And if I may have a Bravo reference, just one more. It'll be a few more.
Oh, but yeah, come on.
Yeah, we're just getting started. Do you remember that episode of Beverly Hills where Vanderpump is like, Brandy, you should come. Can I shoot you for the cover? Remember she always did the like Beverly Hills lifestyle?
Yes, I do.
And so she's like, I wanted Brandy to have some extra income. And so she like puts her on the cover. And Brandy looks gorgeous. It's like season 3. She's like literally never looked better. Yeah. And Brandy keeps coming, like every shot she takes, she keeps coming to look at the monitor. Mm-hmm. And she goes, my thumb there looks really, really weird. Can you edit that? And Lisa's like, I wish you saw yourself, how everyone. This is literally David and Norma Jeane.
She was so hard on herself.
So, I mean, no self-love.
Yeah.
Like none.
Well, and of course, because she's been told all of her life that she's ugly and that like her parents and everyone around her abandons her.
And no one loves her.
Yes.
So she's just hyper aware of how she looks. She'll see a photo of herself and be like, ew, 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 ew.
I also feel like it's one of those things too, where if you've been told that your whole life and then you get a little bit of validation, you're so afraid of losing it that you're like hyper, like you're such a perfectionist because you're like, well, now I can't let it slip away.
That's a really good point.
You know?
Damn, that's a good point. So that was tough. Like people like realized that there was some darkness there. And Jim's mom is like, wait, you're modeling now?
I was going to ask like what the vibes were on Jim's front.
Well, what do you think Jim and his mom think?
You slut.
Exactly. You slut, all caps. And she tells Jim that she's modeling. He writes to her and he was like, look, he's like, it's fine that you're doing this for now, like when I am fighting for our country. But when I get back, you need to focus on becoming a, not only wife, but a mom. Because like we got to start family planning when I get back. And she's like, we'll pocket that for later. Like she's like, yeah, sure, honey.
She's like, why don't you go to the front lines? Yeah. Like really fight for our country and see what happens.
No, but like truly, she's like, okay, honey. Like, and she knows, like, she knows at this point, I want to pursue this forever. Like, we're kind of done. So that's
Jim.
Yes, that's like in the back of her mind. The moment that he's not supportive.
Well, thank God.
And Claire, during that summer with David, they have an affair.
Oh, well, of course. Well, of course. And we always see this with like directors and actors and photographers and models because it is like you are my muse and it's like you're my
project. You are my canvas that I am going to.
And she to him is like you are my director, and making her feel hot and sexy. And there is a connection.
Totally. I know. I'm like, did you ever hook up with a photographer when you were modeling?
I don't think so, actually.
They probably wanted to.
There was one point where I was like, this is probably inappropriate. But no, I don't think I ever did. But speaking of that, last night when we were sitting around with our merch king, I forgot to send you a screenshot. We need to do a Kristen Stewart, Robert Pattinson episode with The Affair, with the director.
We had a realization last night. We're like, honestly, we could spend a solid hour 100%. On what that did to the nation.
Oh, our country was never, forget about post 9/11 media. Post Kristen Stewart affair media.
Trump tweeted about it. Yeah. It's like, this is before he was like tweeting just about everything, but he was like, how could you do that to Robert Pattinson?
So stay tuned for that one. Who knows what theme month that will fit into.
We'll figure it out.
Celebrity affairs.
Oh, celebrity affair. Oh, wait, we have to. Guys, wouldn't that be so fun?
Yeah. I digress.
They've always wanted us to do that anyway. Yeah. So she and David are having a nice time. Okay. And she's like, you know what? This is fun because I don't care about Jim anymore. And this is the summer that she signs with this agency called the Blue Book Agency. It's a modeling agency. The girlies, it's like, it's not crazy, but it's like, it's fine. Her description with her first, like, what's it, you know, when it's being handed out, when you're like going on call.
Oh, your card. Your card. It's a sheet. But it is your card, but it's your modeling Rammies.
Our modeling Rammies.
What is it called?
A lookbook? No.
There is a lookbook in your portfolio.
It's something like that.
But it is like your card. Yeah.
It's your card.
It's been a long time.
I mean, I don't know this world, but Claire does.
It's been a lot. Everything's digital now, not back in my day.
Once a model, always a model.
Wow.
So it says Norma Jeane. It says her height, her weight, her measurements, her sizes, her hair color, medium blonde, quote, too curly to manage. We recommend having permanent bleach, eyes blue, perfect teeth / at least for modeling, has an overbite that needs correction.
Why even put that in?
Like, don't say perfect and then be like, well, then I need to change. Like, no wonder she has a complex.
Can't you just see them? Someone's like, say perfect. They're like, well.
Yeah, they're like, sketch. Yeah. She was paid $25 she paid them $25 so that she could be featured in their first catalog, because they'd send out these catalogs of just a bunch of pretty girls and people would be like, yeah, I like that one. She also put, I can dance and I can sing. Like, she's like, by the way, you guys, if you're like sending me out for anything, I can. And they're like, that's not really what we're focusing on right now. So they kind of like brush that aside, but keep that in our back pockets for later. She attended fashion modeling classes. She was like, I gotta do the work. Mm-hmm. And she is so hardworking.
That's what I'm finding in my research too, that I feel like she does not get enough credit. The way she wanted to be brilliant.
It's all she wanted to be. And so like her motivation is very inspiring. And she does a lot of things to get to the top, and like she will stop at nothing to get there. And this is what people said about her early on. They were like, holy shit. Like their impression was just like how beautiful she was, and like definitely could tell that she was insecure, but she wanted this more than any of the other girls. So that really stood out. She attends makeup and grooming classes, and it was clear from like the start with like the Blue Book Agency that they were like, okay, she's not like really a fashion model. And she's like, not really a model, but like, what is it? And then they quickly were like, well, she should just model for like advertisements. Like we could get this woman. Could sell a vacuum. She could sell diapers. She can sell anything.
So she's more like commercial, not like high fashion.
Yes.
She's LA. She's not New York.
100%.
I got you.
And she's an LA girly.
She's an LA girly.
Through and through. And she also was like, fashion modeling is weird to me. She's like, I don't really want to be in that space. Like, and she said this, quote, the problem with modeling, if you can call it that, was my figure. No one was paying attention to the clothes because everyone was looking at me.
At the curves.
She literally was like, my body is too beautiful. Like, I can't do the work because people just cannot, like, they can't be stopped.
Yeah, the curves.
The curves. And she's still having, like, those success. I guess by 1946, she appeared on 33 magazine covers.
Oh, wow.
I don't recognize any of these, but, like, for the time, U.S. Camera, Glamorous Models, Personal Romances, Piquancy.
Oh. So are they sexy photos?
They're not like what you would think of sexy, but they're like, I'll put them on the carousel. Okay. I mean, she looks beautiful.
Yeah.
But they're not as like, they're not provocative really. Right. Piquancy might have been a little bit sexier than the other ones, but they're just like, they're beauty shots kind of.
Got it.
And she says this about modeling. She goes, it's so funny. You smile for the camera. You hold very still. You act as if you're having a good time. But honestly, most days I was having really bad cramps. Sometimes modeling is so phony and fake. All I had to do was just laugh.
Why would she have it? Like period cramps?
Remember how bad her endometriosis is?
Endometriosis. That's right. I was thinking that was like, yeah.
She'll struggle her whole life with just like constantly being ridden with bad menstrual cramps.
Well, honestly, this sets her up for acting later on because modeling is a lot of acting.
Like fake it till you make it.
Yeah, exactly. And just like you have to pretend.
The girlie is just like, she's not feeling good. And one of her mentors at the modeling agency was like, okay, we're on decent path. You gotta lighten your hair. Like this brown is like mousy and ugly and you're a nerd with brown hair. They're like, so we're going to take you up a notch. Not what we see later on in this episode, but they kind of take her up to more of like a golden blonde from the brown. And they're like, we think this will help. Men like it better. You're on a good path. And as they were doing it, I guess she was thinking, she was like, oh my God, Grace would be so happy. And you know who else would be like so proud of me if she knew me? Jean Harlow.
Oh, Jean Harlow, of course, her icon.
She's always thinking of her girl. So Jim gets back from war and he's like, I don't recognize you at all. Physically, I don't recognize you. Like, you're a blonde now? Like, you should have told me. And he's like, and you're posing around like a whore. Yeah. Like, you're like not wife material. And she was like, well, you know that I'm a woman with ambition. And he's like, I'm not attracted to that. And she was like, well, guess what? The owner of the modeling agency I'm with wants to take me on a road trip for like 2 weeks and photograph me. It is this man named Andre de Dionis. He's the owner of Blue Book and he is obsessed with her. He sees her and he goes into the agency and he's like, she is my new muse.
Oh God.
He's an older man. He takes her to Nevada, New Mexico. They go to Zuma Beach, Mojave Desert.
Just the two of them.
Just the two of them.
Oh God. I'm like, I am scared for her.
Yosemite. She's running through fields. She's like tossing volleyballs on beaches. She's like hiking. Like, I'm like, what is
taking
this?
A picture?
Yeah, he's taking.
Okay.
But it's like crazy. There's like, so I was like, what was like I think he just wanted an excuse to like vacation with her.
100%.
Like he's like, yeah,
my camera's here. yeah. So I guess I'll take some. But
they're staying at motels along the way. And every night he would slide notes under her bed saying, come to me, let's make love. You won't be disappointed.
Oh, I doubt that.
And she's ignoring it. She's like, it's like, let's just keep like taking like the photos. Also, she was paid $200 for this whole shoot.
What was that? At that time?
Probably more like $2,000 or so for 2 weeks, but it's a lot of time with this man.
There is nothing I hate more than like carpooling or road tripping with an acquaintance.
Can you imagine also like someone that like, she's not attracted to this man.
No, and he's probably he thinks he's hilarious.
Oh my God.
And so scholarly.
It must be a tough 2 weeks. So I guess Grace calls her when they're somewhere near Oregon on this road trip. And she's like, oh my God, Norma Jeane, you know who's in Oregon right now? Gladys is in Oregon. I don't know why she was there. And Grace is like, I think you guys need to see each other. Like, you're there. It's been 6 years.
Oh, God.
And Norma Jeane's like, you're right. Okay, like, let's go see her. She asks Andre to come with her. And she's like, I just kind of need like a little bit of support.
He's like, it's not very sexy.
Yeah, it's like, I'd rather see you do it naked.
Yeah.
It's like, you gonna kiss?
Yeah.
And I guess they meet up, they embrace, and she's like, whoa, Gladys is not okay. And she also does not know how to socialize with anyone anymore. Like, she is like completely void of any like social skills or personality. She can't even hug her back. Like, she's kind of just like stiff. She's withdrawn and paranoid and like severely anorexic. Ugh. And she's showing Gladys all the photos that she and Andre have been taking. And she's like, look, like I'm like finally doing it. Like, I'm going to be a star. Gladys says nothing. She feels nothing. The only thing that she really says to her at some point is, I want to come live with you soon.
Oh.
And Andre comes in and he kind of sees that Norma Jeane doesn't have a good reaction to this. And so he goes, well, I'm going to marry her. So actually, like, I don't think, she needs to be living with you because I'm going to be taking care of her. And Norma Jeane's like, what the, you don't have to say that. Yeah. So that kind of like freaks her out a little bit. She says goodbye to her. She says, I'll see you soon, Mama, fighting tears. She kisses her. She leaves her with her address and phone number on the table and quickly leaves. She like breaks down after this. She's like weeping all night. Andre's taking care of her. And she's like, you know what? Actually might make me feel better. Sleeping with Andre.
Of course.
Because
she needs comfort and validation.
100%. Safety, security from a man, closeness. This is a very pivotal moment in her like sexual power because she realizes, Sex actually makes me feel pretty good when I'm feeling sad. For a second, or for the validation, like you said. And also, I can have sex for power, because photographers were like Christopher Nolan back then.
Right.
Like they were so connected. They were like famous.
Yeah, right.
And so she was like, I'm going to keep, like, this is like a really great idea for me to like have sex with these men in power. And she also knew that Jean Harlow did things that were similar to this. And she had heard her say that she would get, like, the more turned on she was in her life, she'd be more turned on for the camera. So she was like, interesting, if I just have this like kind of like sexual time, I'm going to start taking better photos. So this is kind of like an aha moment for her.
So is this why people thought that actresses were sluts? Is because, which, by the way, like, I think it was mainly the men being like, I'll give you this role.
Right.
You sleep with me.
Right.
Because, like, casting directors had, like, black books and stuff of being like, these are the actresses that we have slept with or will sleep with.
Exactly.
Got it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's like, it's time to get turned on, essentially. Like, she's like, let's go. And then she's like, let's really go. And she gets back to town. And she's like, it's time to have a hot girl summer.
Got it.
So she is hooking up. She's kind of like finding these photographers and being like, okay, this person's well connected. She's going out with some young men, which, like, thank God, because like she's hooking up with all these older guys. And I think she's also like, it'd be fun to hook up with guys my age.
Is she living with Jim at this point?
She's still there.
But she's like going off and doing her own thing.
Yeah. Okay. And Jim's not home because he's overseas still.
Okay.
And I don't really know what Jim's mom is thinking, but it's probably like, don't even ask. Like, she's just kind of, she is off. She's hitting the town.
Yeah.
She is hitting the town. And in 1946, this thought comes up in her head, and like everyone around her, and they're like, well, why aren't you in the movies? Like, you have such a good relationship with the camera, and now like you like have been networking and people are like kind of knowing who you are. Like, what about the movies? And I guess some of the photographers she had previously worked with were like, that's a good idea. Yeah, like, we'll try to help you out a little bit. But you know what's really doesn't work in your favor if you're going to be an actress?
What?
You're married.
Oh, wow! It starts so long ago.
Yeah, they were like, that's
this idea that you have to.
Yeah, they're like, it's not good marketing because like, you're a sexy little thing. Like, no one's going to care about you if you're taken.
Because everyone needs to have the idea that they can be with you.
Exactly.
Yeah. That fantasy.
Which, like, God, it does. It really, like, remember when you were like a teenager and you found out that someone you liked had a girlfriend?
Devastating.
You're just like, well, I don't want to see their movies anymore.
Well, exactly. Except for the one exception for me was Johnny Knoxville when I found out he had a daughter, and I was like, well, I can be a stepmom.
Oh, that's
at like age 9. And that's called love.
That is called love.
Yeah.
So Norma Jeane's like, okay, I should get divorced. And also, like, thank God.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be married to Jim anyway. So who does she call for help?
Gladys. I mean, not Gladys. Grace.
Grace.
Of course.
And Grace is like, I got you. I'm going to arrange this super quickly. We can't have you being married if you're going to be a star. So I guess Grace arranges to have this like divorce from some lady that lived in Vegas that could like do it really quickly.
I think people used to go to Vegas because like it was a no contest divorce.
You can basically just do it. So that's what they do.
And if there was anyone I was going to call for a divorce, it would be Grace.
Grace gets it done with truly in a matter of days.
Yeah.
And Norma Jeane's like, thank you so much. Now, like, I can, like, really get famous. And she gets a meeting at 20th Century Fox Studios on Pico Boulevard in West LA. Like, pretty much right after. Like, they're like, okay, you're single? Come in, honey. Let's see what you got. She meets with this guy named Ben Lyon, who had a long stage and screen career behind him. And she was like, oh my God, I'm meeting with Ben Lyon. He worked with Jean Harlow and Hell's Angels in 1930.
Oh my God.
So she's already like, this is huge for me. Like, I know this man. I've heard of him. I respect him. So he hands her a section of this movie that's like a melodrama from a couple years before called Winged Victory. And he's like, read a few lines. And he's like, okay, that's fine. Like, you can return tomorrow and we're going to like bring you to set and you can meet like this like really famous makeup artist, a cinematographer who had won 2 Oscars. So I'm going to mention this guy because he's very sweet. She's introduced to this makeup artist named Alan Snyder. You know Alan?
I've met Alan in my research.
Oh, I was like, you met him in real life?
No, we're old pals.
She has been in this town.
Yeah, that's true. But no, he will stay with her for her career, I think.
He is like a true friend and a confidant. And so finally she has someone that's like on her side. And like he teaches her more about like, for like surface level, just like how to do your makeup for movies and for black and white, but also just like he gives her the love that she doesn't really get from anyone else. He's like, you are amazing and talented and beautiful. Like, girl, like, stop with this, like, negative talk. Like, I can't take it anymore. So he is very, very sweet. We love Alan. And she meets with this director, Walter Lang. And all of them are kind of like looking her up and down. And they're like, first impressions, ambitious. We like that. That's cute in a woman. They're like, you're kind of overly confident, like from modeling. Like they were a little bit like, just because you've modeled, honey, doesn't mean that you can just like come onto set and like know how to be an actress.
That shocks me that she was overly confident, just from what we know of how hard she is on herself.
Well, it says overly confident, but then I guess immediately when they're asking her to read more, she starts stuttering.
I guess that makes sense of just like it's her essence and she's probably trying to put it on.
Exactly.
And then when she actually has to get into it.
Exactly. So they're like, oh, when you're talking, I mean, it's kind of like that scene with Margot Robbie in, what the hell is that movie called?
Babylon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, you're pretty, but like, shush.
Yeah.
So they don't like the way that she's speaking. But they're like, let's do a silent test. Like, let's just look at your body. Yeah. She's like, okay, I can do that. So she's given a series of simple commands. They're like, sit on a stool and look hot. They're like, boom. They're like, smoke a cigarette. She does it. They're like, that's so sexy. And then they're like, perfect. They're like, you're hired. Like, that's all you need to do. And the director said this about her upon meeting her. Quote, I thought this girl will be another Jean Harlow. Mm-hmm. Her natural beauty plus her inferiority complex gave her such a look of mystery. I got a cold chill. That girl had something I hadn't seen in silent pictures. She had a kind of fantastic beauty like Gloria Swanson. And she was sex on a stick like Jean Harlow. Every frame of the test radiated sex. Like he's just very attracted to her.
I feel like that's like a personal thing. Like, obviously, she's so gorgeous, but like, there's something going on with you that like,
truly
you need to express.
No, truly. Like, I mean, and she is sexy, but like, well, I love that people finally later on in her life were like, you're also very talented.
Yeah, and I think it's just like context too, because I think we forget like we're so exposed to beautiful people and sexy images, and like it was not like that. Like you just didn't see as many people back then, you know?
So she does get a contract with them. She gets paid $75 a week for 6 months, whether she worked or not. Like that's how it was. Like they're like, okay, like we'll keep you on. Like you might not be like a fit for.
You're on retainer, basically.
You're on retainer.
For like the studio system.
Which is $1,300 a week now. Okay. She got mentioned in this Hollywood gossip column that Howard Hughes had walked by a stand and saw a photo of her and was like, oh my God, she's so hot. And so like everyone was like, it's Howard Hughes' new like crush. And she loved it.
Well, I'm sure.
She was like, Howard Hughes knows who I am. Like, I don't even care if I like make it. Like, I'm already getting like, you know, I have like a name. And
was she Norma Jeane?
She's still Norma Jeane.
Okay.
She is still Norma Jeane, but not for long.
Baby Jane Doe.
Baby Jane Doe is Norma Jeane. And what we have to remember is that Grace has to sign this contract for her because she can't legally, she's not 20 years old yet. And I guess she needed to be 20 to sign it herself.
Oh my God.
In California at this time, which is also like crazy.
I think the adult age used to be 21 or something.
I think it did too.
Yeah.
But Claire, her name change, right on time. So she goes into Ben Lyon's office with the contract. She's like, here, my guardian signed it. He's like looking over it and he's like, wait, your name is Norma Jeane Dougherty? He's like, what?
Okay, so it's daughter. Oh, because her
of Jim.
dad. Yeah.
That's Jim's name.
Jim's name. Okay, sorry.
That's Jim's name. And he's like, honey, no. Like, that is not cute. Like, people are not going to, like, remember that. And he's like, we need a new name. And she goes, well, like, my mom's last name is Monroe. Like, what if I'm Norma Monroe? And he's like, Norma Monroe, And I guess she's so nervous that she keeps going, Like, she, like, keeps responding that way. And he goes, you're the girl. You're like, like Marilyn Monroe. You're Marilyn Monroe.
I mean, it is such a star name.
We love a double, what's it called?
Alliteration. Yes.
We love. And he goes, what do you think of that, sweetheart? And she goes, well, I guess I'm Marilyn Monroe.
Wow.
And we're going to take a short break right here. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about all of the drama, her romances, her getting her stardom at 20th Century Fox, and just so much more.
Ooh.
And we're back. So when Marilyn Monroe joins the studio, it is like the highest grossing time in its history. 20th Century Fox is firing off. Like they're like HBO in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's like technical brilliance, there's musicals, there's thrillers, there's dramas, and there's so many stars. Like, it's the place to be.
It's the studio.
It is the studio, but she's not booking anything. She has not booked a single thing. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, she hadn't even gotten like an extra role. And so she's like, I'm starting to feel really insecure. And Alan Snyder, the makeup artist, was like, well, honey, like, I need to help you a little bit. This is black and white. We have to like start like doing your makeup a little differently. Like, and so he just, like we mentioned before, was just like such a support for her. He said, quote, I could see at once that she was terribly insecure, that despite her modeling, she didn't think she was pretty. It took a lot of convincing for her to see the natural freshness and beauty she had and how well that could actually be used in moving pictures.
God, it's just such a shame. Like,
I know.
Because it's like, what a waste of time. Because like now, she's stunning.
And I'm sure if she were still with us and she looked back on this time,
oh yeah,
just like so many women do, you're probably just like, wait, what? I was gorgeous. Like, look at how hot I was. And you just spend all the time tearing yourself apart.
Yep. What a lesson.
I guess to help her get some sort of role, they're like, let's put her on the cover of a magazine. They put her on like a random cover of something in a bathing suit. And they say that she's an 18-year-old babysitter. Like, they're like, the babysitter's back. And like, that's like this thing to get people like noticing her.
It's like a fantasy.
And it worked.
Oh, God.
And they're like, who is that?
Oh,
like,
God.
All these horny men. So in February of 1947, they do renew her contract for 6 months. They're like, we know you haven't booked anything, but you're so hot that like we do have hope. But several days later, she goes on a casting call, and she does get 2 scenes in this really, really bad movie called Skudda Who, Skudda Hey.
That's so like of the time.
It's so of the time. She has 3 short scenes also in this like short film called Dangerous Years, where she plays a waitress. So she's like, good, I got 2 things this year, like so much better than last. But they do not renew her contract. So what do you think she does if she's, you know, an actress not getting work but wanting to improve during this time?
Well, you take classes.
She goes to acting classes, Claire.
Like an athlete goes to the gym.
Exactly. So she goes to this place called Actors Laboratory. Have you heard? It's on Crescent Heights.
It's still there?
It was on Crescent Heights.
Oh, it was on. Oh, I used to live on Crescent Heights.
I know. I thought of you.
Oh, do you know where on Crescent Heights? Mm-mm. It's a long street, but I did used to live on Crescent Heights. Oh, my heart.
It's so LA. So throughout 1947, she attends a lot of classes. She's reading plays. She's studying scenes. The actors that she's with, they're like, have you heard of like what's going on in the world, Marilyn? Like political issues? And she's like, no. And they're like, it's all about like why we do this is for social justice. And she's like, what? Like she's kind of having this like liberal arts like education where she's like, acting is so much more than being pretty. It's about like people and understanding people. She like finds like she discovers that she's really passionate about helping people who are poor.
Oh.
She's like, I want to dedicate my life to like helping women that like don't have a lot.
Well, that makes sense from where she grew up.
Totally. And I think we'll probably see that later in her life. And she starts to understand herself more of being like, I am a child of the Depression. I have depression. I like everything is so depressing. Like she's really understanding. Like, like, damn, I have a tough life. Like I'm reading plays with people with tough lives. I also have a very tough life.
Art is about connection.
God, isn't it so true? But here's a little side thing. So right before her contract had ended at Fox, we're going to be introduced to these people called Lucille and John. When she's with Fox, there would be these annual celebrity golf tournaments where there'd be like these, you know, famous actors like Henry Fonda, James Stewart, John Wayne. They'd hire the girls who were at modeling agencies or at the studios to come like hold their caddies for them during the day and be like, you can walk around and like schmooze a little bit and like you're hot, so like you're eye candy. And Marilyn was a caddy girl for this guy, John Carroll. And John Carroll was in the industry. He wasn't an actor, but I think he did something at the studios. But he was married to this woman named Lucille Ryan, who was the director of talent at MGM.
Oh.
Which, like, isn't that chic? It was a woman?
Yes, definitely.
She's high up there. The 3 of them all end up, like, hitting it off
Okay.
They're like, Marilyn is fun and spicy and spunky and cute. And Lucille's like, she has the razz. And John's like, what a beautiful woman. He was like, by the way, Lucille, she did come on to me. Like, she did ask if I wanted to like sleep with her.
Oh, really?
And I said no. And Lucille's like, she's such a kooky girl.
She's a hard worker.
She's a hard worker. We'll table that for later. But they're like, honey, come over for dinner and like tell us about yourself. So they all end up like kind of becoming like in this like codependent like threesome relationship, not sexually, although Marilyn did like really want to be. Yeah. She tells them a lot of stories about her childhood and the orphanage. A lot of stuff that was valid and true, a lot of stuff that was made up. Mm-hmm. I don't even like want to say it because it's like a little bit horrific of like what she told them had been happening to her through her whole life, but they immediately were like, oh my, we need to do something. Like, we need to help you. And she's like, thank you. Like, you know, yeah.
Yeah, using it to her advantage.
Definitely. And so they're like, we're going to pay your rent. We need to like, we're going to pay for you to like stay in these acting classes. Like, you're so beautiful. Like, we actually think you have a lot of potential. Like, we want to help you, honey.
They like want to sponsor her career.
Like, literally. Yeah. And then things kind of happened like really quickly after Lucille was like, honey, I just got a casting call that there is this like student performance at the Beverly Hills Playhouse. Did you ever go to the Beverly Hills Playhouse?
I don't think so.
It's so cute.
Is it on Fairfax? Is
yes.
that the one? Okay, yes. I know exactly where it is, but I've never been.
I think that was like one of the first plays I saw when I moved to LA, and I was like, I'm so like in the industry, you know? Lucille knew the owner of the Playhouse, and so she kind of like helped her get a part there. But it's tough for Marilyn. Her co-stars co-stars? Mm-hmm. That sounds crazy for some reason. Yeah. Her co-stars did not like her.
Her castmates?
Castmates.
Yeah.
They did not like her. I guess she had a problem with being chronically late.
We will see that throughout the rest of her life too.
And people immediately were like, well, she doesn't care. Like, we've lost respect. Like, if she doesn't care about the work, like she's leaving us waiting. She couldn't really memorize her lines. And I guess she kind of had this nervous tick of constantly touching up.
Yes. Okay. So we will see that later. And it's like she's so late because she's such a perfectionist.
Yes.
She just has like, she was terrified in this world.
So scared.
Yeah.
And so insecure.
Right.
Like, you know, so she was always like reapplying. Everyone's like, just act.
Yes.
Like, this is kind of like distracting all of us. So the play was not well reviewed. The play or her were not well reviewed. And she kind of like goes back to Lucille and John and she's like, I fucked up. And they're like, it's okay, honey. Really getting into this like codependent relationship with them. And during this time, like she's not booking work. Lucille and John are like doing married couple things. Like they're going out to dinner, they're going on vacation. She's like calling John's office 4 times a day. Be like, what are you doing?
Oh,
like,
God.
I'm thinking of you. Like, it is a little weird.
She's like really trying it.
She's really trying it. She gets mad at them when they like go out of town for the weekend. They'll like drive to Palm Springs and not invite her. And she's like, why can't I come? Like, she's put in a lot of her trauma onto these 2 people. And like in the book, they're like, she became the problem. Like, and Lucille and John realized that they kind of got themselves into this. And they were like, I don't know how to get out of it now because like we do feel bad for her, but we're in too deep. They still want to help her. So John has this idea to introduce Marilyn to this businessman named Pat DeSisco, who is successful with the product bonbons.
Like,
you know, bonbons?
The food?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Like the candy size ice cream?
Yeah.
That were sold still today in movie theaters.
Oh, they are?
Well, like Dibs is like kind of like the version of bonbons. Like, you know.
I love Dibs.
There's nothing like that crunch on a hot summer day going into the theater.
What I would do for some Dibs right now.
Same, actually.
Yeah.
Or Dippin' Dots.
I will take it.
You know that Dippin' Dots are at AMC now?
They are?
Mm-hmm.
I saw some at the Dodgers game and I was like,
They are, oh my God, their favorite ice cream of the future. So Pat, who's the bonbon guy, had become best friends with Fox executive producer Joseph Schneck.
Okay, so I think that his last name's pronounced Skank.
Skank? Skank?
No, because I was literally just watching a documentary and I read his name in the book too.
Really?
And I think it's pronounced Skank.
Oh my God, that is unfortunate.
But no, truly. But
imagine if it was a woman. Marilyn meets him. This guy's 69. Oh, so Pat. Okay, so like we'll keep that. She's getting connected to Joseph. This is going to be good for her. But with Pat, she's like, I like what I see. Pat is 69. He's bald. He has large features and penetrating eyes, described. He could be crude and demanding, but He had the razz.
Oh, he did?
This, to her.
Well, he was powerful.
People were like, he was such an asshole. He was like such a little rude, like, pill. But she liked it.
I feel like she probably also was just like powerful. Yeah,
exactly. So Pat, little Patty Pat, was known for these famous poker nights at his Spanish-Italian mansion at 141 South Carrollwood Drive.
I don't know where Carrollwood is.
I think it's up in the hills.
Chic.
He'd have these huge movie stars over, big businessmen, and a lot of pretty women come over for these nights, and they'd schmooze and showcase. And he was like, Marilyn, come with me. Come with me on Saturday. And she was like, okay. And apparently he went in for Marilyn like $1 million. Like he just was like, you are going to be mine. And he kind of like became obsessed with her. She at first tried to ignore him blatantly. And she was like, oh my God, like this is like kind of unattractive. Like he's just like doing a little bit too much. And he was like, well, how about I take you out to dinner tomorrow? And she was like, okay, you can take me to dinner. Like you have to wine and dine me. So the next night he sends a limo to take her out to dinner. She asks Lucille, she's like, okay, he is going to want to sleep with me. How should I say, like, no, I don't want to sleep with you, but like I do like want to hang out with him because like this is like going to be good for the career. And she's like, oh, say you're a virgin and you're saving yourself for marriage. Like that's easy. Like that's like one way out. And so she was like, okay, got it. I'm going to do that. So I guess in the middle of dinner, she like goes to like the phone, the payphone, whatever it was in these days. She calls Lucille and she's like, fuck. She's like, I'm at dinner with him and I accidentally just said that I'm married. Oh. So he knows I've already had sex. Not like it would like, or that I have been married in the past and like I'm divorced. She's like, so he knows I'm not a virgin. Like, what do I do? And Lucille was like, I don't have an answer for that. And like hangs up. And
what the fuck, Lucille?
And I'm like, Lucille, please be helpful.
Yeah, just hangs up.
And later she told Lucille and a few other confidants, quote, this was first of many times that I knew I just had to kneel before an executive.
Oh. That's really tough.
Yeah. It's so complicated, right? Because like before we're like, she's doing anything and everything she can to get power. And like, you could look at that from an angle and be like, you go, girl. Like, you have sex. And like, that doesn't mean you're X, Y, and Z because like, you know that you had to get what you want. On the other hand, it's complicated because I don't think she 100% wanted to be doing this.
No, I don't think that she wanted to be doing it either. And I think that she probably was. Like, I mean, listen, we will never know what she was actually thinking. Yeah. But like, I think like, there's really just no judgment on it. There's just like an understanding.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah, she had to make sacrifices.
It was like such a different world. I think context is so important.
Yeah.
And like, I don't look at her as like, oh, you slut. Like, I'm just like, yeah, that was a woman that wanted a career and knew how to get a career. And that's what it was. And you know what? The man was getting what he wanted in that situation too.
Totally. I don't judge her for it, but I think it's complicated. And I think you can't look at it being like, she lived a happy life doing that. And you also can't be like, oh, she must have been miserable. Like, I think it just was very nuanced and like different experiences she had. Some were probably fine. Some probably weren't great. Some were fun. Like, you know, but she knew she had to do it.
I'm sure this was not fun for her.
I don't think so, because I don't think that she was attracted to this man, you know? No. And like, she kind of was like a little creeped out by him.
Ugh, that's...
I know. And she and Pat start having this affair. He's married, of course. All these men are married.
Yeah.
She actually ended up growing quite fond of him. He makes a call to this man, Harry Cohn, who's the head of Columbia Studios.
That name sounds so familiar, Harry Cohn.
It sounded familiar to me too. And Pat's like, look, do me a favor, see this girl. She's going to be the next big thing. So like, he's definitely helping her out. Harry, I guess, had been responsible for Rita Hayworth's career.
Okay. Well, they completely whitewashed her.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And her looks, her name.
Oh my, no, totally. He was willing to offer Marilyn a 6-month contract at $125 a week with Columbia, which is about $2,500 a week. So a little bit of a raise from her last contract, under one condition. You need to go platinum blonde.
Okay, so this guy had a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my God. He was like, everyone that's anyone is platinum blonde. Yeah. So off she goes to the salon, and no longer she has this golden. Now she is truly the blonde. Like, she is kind of the blonde that we see today.
Was she excited about this, do you think? It's like Jean Harlow?
Probably because of Jean Harlow. Yeah. So Columbia has this drama coach. Her name is Natasha Litess. Have you heard of Natasha?
Litess?
Lytess. Litess.
That is like the most ram thing ever. Litess.
So Natasha's an intense woman. Okay. So this quote about her said, she was an explosion always waiting to happen. The most volatile woman.
That is not who I want as an acting coach.
Claire, Natasha's, this is like a crazy part of Marilyn's life because they have such an interesting relationship. Like, if last week we were talking about all of these like formative relationships for her in her childhood, this is a very formative relationship for her in her early 20s. And like, she kind of has Stockholm syndrome with Natasha. Yeah. Natasha's 35 years old. So she's like, almost
like young.
Yeah, but she's like 10 years older. So Marilyn feels like intimidated by her.
More than that. I think Marilyn's like probably 20.
Exactly. Yeah. Like maybe like 21.
Yeah.
She's tall and thin. She has like streaks of gray in her hair, short cropped brown hair, angular. She's born in Berlin. With the rise of the Nazis, she had moved to Paris and then America. She and her husband moved together to escape, but her husband left her for another woman and left her with her newborn child in LA. So she's not a happy woman.
No.
She desperately wanted to be an actress, but her accent, people would not hire her in anything.
Oh, wow.
But somehow she gets in to Columbia and they're like, you're really good though. Like you're trained and like Chekhov and like you should be the acting coach to all the women. And she's like, this is actually my hell.
Oh God.
Can you imagine
God, how she's going to be with Marilyn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Because we've all known acting teachers like this. If you have been in an acting class where it's like nothing you can do is good enough because they are so mad that they are not the ones acting.
Literally, that's their entire relationship.
Oh God.
And from day one, there are signs of danger with her relationship with Marilyn. Like it is intense. Natasha was bitter. She resented her beauty. And then sometime along this way, she becomes in love with her.
Natasha becomes in love with Marilyn?
Natasha develops some intense romantic and sexual feelings towards Marilyn.
Oh, wow.
But kind of hates her at the same time. Like she's like, I want to kiss you, but I also don't like you and I resent you. Like it is such an interesting dynamic.
Does she make a move on her?
Oh, yeah. She makes a move.
Poor Marilyn.
She makes a move. But this is so interesting. This is what Marilyn says about this. Or this is what it says about how Marilyn felt in the book. Quote, it was actually good for Marilyn. She knew how to turn another's devotion to her own best advantage while ignoring or deflecting whatever sexual advances she disfavored. So she was kind of like, this is good. This is good. You love me. Once again, it's power through a sexual attraction. And she's like, keep it coming. So Marilyn fears her. She also sometimes flirts with her. She sometimes
And I guess we'll never really know.
Yeah, and how she really felt about it.
Yeah, I mean, always with like Marilyn stuff, people are like, well, that's not true. And it's like, we just don't know.
We don't know how she felt, but we know that she continues working with her. And there is definitely a form of like codependency that they have. Marilyn says this about her. First of all, Marilyn's like, stop teaching me about Chekhov. Like, it's too intense and boring. I just want to like fucking act and I want to be a movie star. Like, it's too much. Like, you're kind of like giving me the ick with like how serious you are about it.
I can't conceptualize it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
do you know what the Chekhov technique is?
Oh my God, Chekhov. Okay. I'm like, my old theater teacher, Kristen, if you're listening, you're going to be disappointed in me.
Shout out to you.
Chekhov is like the seagull, right? It's like, that's a chair.
Maybe.
I'm totally forgetting what Chekhov, like what it is.
I think that could be right because we will talk about Chekhov later on.
It's very like, why am I thinking of like
physicality?
Physicality, I think.
Physicality.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's what it is. And Marilyn's like, you are stressing me out. What is going on with Marilyn though, like with the work right now, she is so not free. Mm-hmm. She says words like really cramped, it's described. Like she's like, I can't like shake it off.
We see each other.
It's so hard.
If you are so in your head, you can't act.
She couldn't.
Yeah.
But Natasha's not doing her any favors because she's freaking her out. She's so intimidating. And she just keeps repeating to her, look, you're not really a good actress, but it's all about your body and sexual allure. That is your power. So like it actually doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And Marilyn's like, well, you're attacking me every day that I'm not a good actress. But then you're saying, who cares because I'm hot. She's like.
And also, who's my acting teacher, babe?
Literally, she's like, it's kind of a reflection on you.
Yeah.
So I guess, sadly, this year, remember Aunt Anna? Sweet Aunt Anna.
Yes.
The poem, I love her.
I love her.
I love her. She dies.
Oh.
She dies of this year. She's cremated. There's a funeral for her at the house that she and Marilyn shared together when she was a teenager. But Marilyn didn't go because she was so afraid to miss a class with Natasha. So this just really shows like how the fear is deep.
Yeah, and she is like dedicated.
She's in it.
The acting teachers will, from the beginning of time, they will be like, if you have other plans, if you go on a trip, you want to go to your grandma's funeral, you clearly don't care about the work.
Literally.
You know, like they still say that shit.
That's what they have been saying forever.
Forever.
And Natasha is like, you're so not free with your words that we really need to work on like your diction?
Dictation?
What's dictation reminds me of Summer Heights High. Dictation.
What's Summer Heights High?
The Australian. You know,
oh my God, he's so funny.
He always says dictation. I'm like, is it diction or dictation?
I don't know because like I don't know where dictation came from.
I wrote down diction.
Okay.
But
let's
tell
run
me
with that.
Tell me if I'm wrong, you guys.
The irony of all of it.
Truly.
You know?
And Marilyn is like, okay, so I have to be perfect. So like Natasha starts setting her up with these like exercises where it's like everything must be so pretty. And so Marilyn's like, okay. That means like that's how I'm going to be a good actress. This actually made Marilyn more nervous in front of the camera and made her less, like it did not help her acting abilities. It actually took her years to overcome what Natasha like told her to do in front of the camera. I know.
Damn.
And it's like such a shame.
Yeah.
It's like one person can really like kind of fuck you up.
Yeah, of course.
You know, personally and professionally. So it's 1948. Marilyn's still receiving a regular paycheck from the studio. Columbia. Yep. Or what?
Yeah, Columbia. She's at Columbia.
Yeah, she's still at Columbia. And the Carrolls are still giving her an allowance, Lucille and John.
Nice.
So that she could have extra lessons with Natasha.
I love that.
Yeah. And this is the time that Marilyn is like, you know what? I think I should move out of this house that you guys are paying. She was living, I think she lived above the Carrolls at this point. And she's like, I hear that all these girlies are moving into like apartments and all kind of like living there together. And she was like, I've never really like had that. So she moves into North Hollywood into this other apartment complex with other aspiring actresses.
That's all I want for her.
She said, Claire, that this felt like her like version of what everyone else like had in their childhoods. It kind of was like a college dorm.
You mean friendship?
Wow.
Yeah.
You mean community?
Yeah.
She finally had that. She is actually, the complex is right by her old orphanage. So she can like see it. But she's like, this is a dream. She treats herself to new Ford convertible.
Oh my God.
And she had a little, not a saver.
Clearly.
But you know, who is really? It's really hard.
Yeah.
A professional hair dryer and a phonograph of music.
Phonograph.
What is phonograph?
It's like an old record player.
Oh, that's fun. Mm-hmm. Okay, cute. She said this about her time, quote, I felt like I was living on my own for the first time. The studio had rules, but the women in charge were so nice. And if you came home after they locked the doors at 10:30, a smile and an apology would suffice.
So are the studio heads like kind of, is it almost like
I think it's almost like kind of
like housing, like model housing in a way.
Like, yes, like a sorority house that like is like from the university. But so there's like women that are like there to be like, girls,
yeah,
we need to like be behaving. But like she still had freedom ish.
Yeah.
Which is just so fun for her. And she finally gets to like talk to other women and just feel like she's like a part of it. And this year, she finally gets a part in a movie, in a real picture. That's not like Scubba-Hey or whatever that was called.
Saba Saray.
So yeah, she gets a part in this movie called Ladies of the Chorus. And they were like, wait, you said that you could sing, right? And she was like, yes, I've been telling you guys, like I actually do have a good voice. And they're like, great, we'll have you sing in this. It's made pretty like cheaply and it's a 10-day shoot. And everyone is like, she brightened this dull and cliche script. She glowed in the scenes. I guess she sang a song called Everybody Needs a Daddy. Her voice was mellow and smoky. And people were like, I'll be goddamn. Like, you have the fucking Raz.
She actually does have a good voice because I was watching a clip with her today and I was shook.
She has a great voice.
She really does.
She's just a great performer.
And you know what? Ramis, I'm curious if you feel this way about her too. Like when I think of Marilyn Monroe, I think of the icon. I don't think of the actress. I don't think about the singer. Like when I hear this, I'm like, oh wait, she's good at acting and she's good at singing.
And then you're like, but of course.
But of course.
Because if she really wasn't, she wouldn't be who she is today.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's like one thing to be that hot, but like, you know, she really has such immense like.
But I think it's like for me, part of this like sex appeal image that she has that like we put women in boxes and like I'm guilty of this as well, that I'm like, oh, she's more of like a model and like a sex symbol. Mm-hmm. And I think that's like why she like, wanted to work so hard, and it's hard for people to take her seriously.
That's so true. And we see that today. Like we still have a hard time with hot actresses, you know, being like, oh, like Olivia Wilde. It's like a perfect example. Like one of like the sexiest women of the early 2000s, known for being hot and playing like a crazy little thing that's making out with girls, and then you're like, she can write and direct, and she's smart,
so talented.
Yeah, and people have a hard time with that. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna see that probably forever.
Yeah.
So that is interesting. While she's on set for this movie that she brings to life, she falls in love with this man named Fred Karger. Have you heard of Fred in your research?
No.
It might be. She kind of comes and goes. It's her vocal coach on the movie. He's 10 years older than her. She immediately is like, she tells Natasha, this is the man of my dreams. She's also telling Natasha about like everything, like about her love life. And Natasha's like, I just wish you were mine. It is like, so you know what? There should be a movie about Marilyn and Natasha.
Natasha. Like, I haven't even heard about Natasha though.
Same.
And Natasha in her grave is like,
she's like, I did everything. Yes. So Fred had a recent divorce, and he lived with his mom and his kids. But Marilyn's like, I don't care. You're hot and I love you. And Lucille kept telling everyone around her and all of the people that she had connections with, she was like, by the way, Marilyn is really funny. Like once you get to know her comedic timing, like she should kind of be like going out for these roles. And people are like, we're going to keep her looking cute and singing. And she's like, you guys are going to regret that, because like time is money. And like, I actually do think like we should be like, all the studios should be fighting over her to be like the next leading lady that's like in comedies. Mm-hmm. But I guess her contract is not renewed yet again.
At Columbia?
Yes. And so she's defeated. And so she has this idea where she's like, okay, I'm kind of sick of like always getting, like, I can't get these contracts renewed. And she's like, I think what I should do is marry Fred and like just kind of be this like chic housewife to this cool guy in the industry. Like, you know what? Maybe that's my like, and maybe I'd like that because I still can kind of like be in the scene. And she's like, I'm going to make Fred really fall in love with me. So I thought this was very funny. He picks her up one night when they're getting to know each other for date night. And they go on a date, and then afterwards she's like, do you want to come back to my place? And he's like, yeah, I really do.
Like, yeah, my mom and my kids.
Yeah, he's like, she's
great.
Still awake, my mom, so let's make this quick. So she takes her to her friend's house, who was an actress, who had just abandoned this apartment because it was infested with fleas.
No. Oh my God, I saw a flea on me the other day. I know.
The ticks and the fleas are everywhere.
That's what I heard. I was at my workout class and I was like,
it was inside?
Yeah. So maybe I should call them and tell them.
That's crazy, actually.
No.
Ew.
I know.
Why can't we take like tick medication like dogs can? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like dogs take it to like keep them off.
But we don't have fur all over us.
That's so true.
I don't think it sticks the same way.
That's fair. That is fair. So she takes Fred to this house, being like, this is my house. It's terrible. And I don't have the money. And he's like, baby. He's like, you're living in this disgusting atmosphere. He's like, you need to come live with me. And she was like, okay.
She's like, well, if it's not too much trouble.
She's like, thank you.
Oh, so she knows how to work it.
This girl knows how to work it.
Yes.
Okay. So it works. She then moves in with Fred and his mom and kids. And she's like, I'm getting exactly what I want. Fred's mom and sister are like, oh, she's lovely. You should marry her. Like, she is just beautiful and sweet. And the kids are like, she's really sweet to us. She's good with kids, you know? And I actually have no idea if she was good with kids. I imagine that she was because I think she was a sweet soul.
I feel like I've actually heard that. Maybe in my research I heard that. But I saw a clip of a movie that it was one of her last, and there was a child actor on set, and he was like not getting the lines right or whatever. And the director starts screaming at the kid. He was like, if you fuck this up again, like we're going to have to start over. And she just looks at him and she's like, you got it. It's okay. Like she was so sweet with the kid.
She probably like saw herself.
I will find that clip.
No, I want to see it.
I will find that clip, and I think I saved it on Ram's TikTok.
Oh, good.
And she just looks like the sweetest thing, which I feel like I've heard or found in my research how kind she was.
She seems so sweet, and I'm sure she was very sweet to like people that she knew, you know, just like people in vulnerable positions because she's been through it all. So the kids are like, we love this woman. I guess they have a fight one night where she's like, by the way, do you remember that was so fucking crazy when I took you to that house? And I was like, this is my apartment. She's like, it really wasn't. And he was like, what are you talking about? What? Yeah, he was like, you lied to me to move in here? And she was like, yeah, but it's like funny because like now like look at us and like we're going to get married. And he was like, that is such a betrayal. I will never trust you again.
I mean, that's crazy shit.
He was like, I can't trust that we could ever, like, I don't want you to be the stepmom to my children because if you can lie about that, what can you lie about?
I mean, it's so fair.
It's a really crazy thing to do. Yeah. Literally take someone like to go, you're not even saying a story of your part, like you're taking them there.
Yeah.
So yeah, they keep hooking up, but he's like, I gotta keep you at a distance because you're scaring me a little bit.
Yeah.
You're scaring me. Columbia, I guess, though, is like, okay, we're interested again. Like we've been talking to Lucille. We're kind of interested in having her. Fred still vouches for her. He's like, this bitch is like, we're going through some crazy things in our personal lives, but like she is good.
Yeah.
You guys should take her. And they start advising her on wardrobe. They put her into like etiquette classes.
They did that with every woman back in the day.
It's like etiquette for what?
Yeah.
Like for what?
Like walking with a book on your head. I think just like being a woman, you had to be like a woman.
Can't believe it.
I know.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It is crazy. Also, this is when they're like, let's finally get some work done for some beauty procedures. They're like, we have to fix your overbite. So she goes in for like a lot of like orthodontal like surgeries and stuff.
Oh, I can't imagine like how uncomfortable that must have been back then.
So uncomfortable. They bleach her teeth. They get her a retainer. And so she's kind of been being put through like school and beauty school. Like it's kind of like, she's like, okay, like, is this like now really happening? She does tell Natasha though that Fred becomes really verbally abusive to her. And she does also tell Natasha that it makes her love him even more. And that she always made herself even more sexually available to her when he was mean to her. Which it is such a classic, you know, trauma reaction.
Of course.
And it just is, it's hard to see because you're like, but you're so...
Well, and if they're mean to you and then it's like if she gets him to have sex with her, it's almost like, again, it's like this validation thing.
And you feel close again. Yeah. And meanwhile, Natasha's like, you could just love me.
Yeah.
She's like, my God.
No idea Natasha was in love with her.
She can't get enough of her.
Wow.
She can't get enough of that woman. Wow. Yeah. She likes what she sees. Okay. So she does get into this car accident. It's totally fine. Like a little like fender bender in her new convertible on Sunset Boulevard one day.
Oh, wow.
A crowd gathers mainly because she looks so gorgeous walking out of the car. So she is in this really chic outfit with red lipstick. Her hair looks perfect. She looks like a movie star. And she kind of planned it because like back in the day, you know, you'd go driving in these convertibles and you're like, I want to be seen.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, I want to like, you know, who knows who's going to like look at me on Sunset. So she gets out of the car. And she's like, whoopsie. And I don't even know really what she did. You know, we've all been there. Yeah. And there's this cameraman that sees her. And it's this guy named Tom Kelly. And he used to work in the studios and then was like now like independent or something. And we will see Tom Kelly very shortly at the end of this episode. He's like, she's like, fuck, I'm like on my way to a meeting. Do you happen to like, can you drop me off at this meeting? He's like, well, here's $5, take a cab. And she's like, well, thank you so much. And he's like, also, damn. He's like, he's like, here's my card. And like, what's your name? And she's like, Marilyn Monroe. And he's like, okay, like I work in the movies. Like we should talk. And she's like, I'll keep it. Thank you. We'll table that. Her affair with whatever his name is, Fred fizzles out. She's like, you're kind of an asshole and I've had enough of you. She goes to a Christmas party that year and she's introduced to Johnny Judge.
Johnny Judge.
Johnny Judge.
Okay.
He is an executive vice president of William Morris. And in 1949, he invited her to Palm Springs with him to talk future career. He's like, huge, like huge, even in the 50s. He invites her for this Palm Springs desert weekend. They sleep together. He falls really hard for her. She's like, I'm not that into you. He's like sick. He's in his 50s. He has a heart condition. And she's like, you're kind of giving me the ick.
Yeah. Like his health will like deteriorate. Oh, I know about this man.
Oh, you know about him?
Yeah, I read a little bit about him.
Oh, you did?
But he loves her.
He loves her.
And he wanted to show her off.
I mean, he's like, I didn't think I'd ever be so lucky.
Yeah, and she's kind of like, okay.
Yeah, she's like, it is too much for me. I don't like how obsessed you are. I guess she keeps, he's like, you can marry me, by the way. Like, you can.
She's like, oh, I know.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, he made it really clear. And he's like, I'll make you a star. Like, marry me. She says no, but she does see him for like a year. She continues to like date him for quite a little bit of time. Also in the book, I wanted to say there are all these like, you know, in other Marilyn documentaries and articles and stuff that like during this time she had like tons of abortions. The book completely debunks that.
Okay.
And it's like I think some people like to paint her in a light where like also people use abortion as like she must be this like wounded woman if she's having all of these abortions, like an abortion a week.
Yeah.
And the book in this one, which we do trust, says there is literally no evidence of it.
I mean, I think with this whole month, like she is someone that her story has been written and rewritten. She rewrote her story.
Yes.
It's like all we can go off of is like what's in front of us, you know? We just don't know.
We don't know most of this. Like, this is all kind of like, and that's why people, you know, like we're expecting people to be like, because everyone feels very passionate about her and information they know about her. If that's not what you think, sure. Like we're just saying our research, but people do like to infantilize her in so many different ways. So I just thought that was interesting to be like, there's no evidence of that.
Isn't it crazy that it just like wasn't, her career wasn't that long ago, but there's just so much that we don't know about her. And I think that people, like, if they met her, were like, well, I have this story, and they like, totally make it up.
Exactly. Even you being like, oh, there's a clip of her talking to someone on set. I'm like, there's a clip of her talking. You know what I mean?
Crazy,
like, it just seems like this was like hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
I know. Because I think she is such like a mythical being. Like, she is like a god.
She is a god.
She's like a prettier Jesus, in the words of Lord.
Wow.
But she is like that, like, figure.
You're so right.
You know?
You're so right. Johnny Judge, whatever the fuck his name is, he did force her, though, to get a nose job.
He was the one who did it.
He was like, baby, I'm obsessed with you, but we got to work on the nose.
That's so crazy. Okay, because I was looking at pictures from side to side, and her nose doesn't look, I mean, I guess that's a good nose job. Like her nose.
Who did her nose?
Who did her nose, because some people need to take some notes.
A good nose job, it almost is this like 10% change of your nose. You know what I mean?
The slightest
like you're
change.
like, can I it's almost like whose nose was I looking at the other day? Oh, Amanda Batula. I was like, did you have a really, I don't know, but I was like, if you did, very subtle.
Yes.
Also, your face changes with time.
Your face, yeah.
And sometimes it's just like, is that just getting older, younger, all of it?
Totally.
But she did get a nose job. Johnny Judge also wanted her to get a fallopian tubal ligatus.
Oh, okay. Wait.
He wanted her to get, her tubes essentially tied because birth control pill wasn't available yet to single women. And so he's like, I want to keep having sex with you. She thinks about it and she's like, if this is what it's going to take. And then she does end up saying no. And she feels like proud of herself that she's like, actually, no.
That is like one of the crazier things that I've heard on this podcast.
Isn't that disgusting?
Yes.
Just so that like.
He was married too, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he was married, had kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, wrap it up. Condoms sure existed during this time.
Yeah, they definitely did. But it's so classic, man. It doesn't feel the shame.
It's not the shame. So do you mind going to get a traumatic surgery that then you might not be able to ever have children if that's what you wish again?
You wouldn't be able to have children.
Like, you can't get that undone, right?
No, I don't think so.
Dr. Rammies?
Dr. Rammies, let us know.
Model Rammies, Dr. Rammies in this episode. And this is also a time where she's kind of like losing touch with everyone else in her past. Like she's not really talking to Grace. She's definitely not talking to Gladys. This is like a very heavy like male time of like these guys that she kind of isn't into that are obsessed with her. But one day she's sitting around and she's like, remember when I got in that car accident and that man was like, let me take your card and vice versa. So she's like, I'm going to call him up. So she calls up Tom Kelly And she's like, hey, it's Marilyn Monroe. And he was like, I've been thinking about you.
I bet.
He's like, I have been. And she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm producing a lot of cool work right now. A lot of cool work. And he's like, why don't you come over to the studio and like, let's vibe. Like, let's see what happens. Let's vibe. And so she was like, fuck it. She gets in like a really hot outfit. She arrives at the studio with, apparently she has tons of makeup on, a revealing white blouse, spiky red heels, and a tight red skirt.
Oh.
And he's like, I must be dead and gone to heaven because how did I get so lucky? And he's like, hey, by the way, there's a job available for a beer ad. Like the girl that it was about to do Pabst beer just dropped out. And so the PBR girlie is out and he's like, they need a new cover girl. And she's like, I'd be perfect for it. And he was like, you would be perfect for it. So he takes those photos of her and PBR is like, holy shit.
I didn't know she was a PBR girl.
I didn't know either. This is like one of like her first like huge campaigns. And then it attracted this man. He is flipping through his magazine and he sees this PBR ad and he was like, I take some nudes of women from time to time. I do. He's like, he's like, I like what I do. And he's like, I'm actually making a calendar. He's like, I'm making a calendar and I think that you should come over, Marilyn, and I think you should go bare chested and we're going to like have this set up with you on this red blanket.
It's so, I was looking up the PBR images, but the red blanket, it's like a red silk sheet.
Exactly. It's a red silk sheet. And he's like, we are going to have a good time. And she's like, fuck it, I'll do it. And so she gets paid $50 for the session. And she had posed with her boobies, I think once or twice before, but like way back and like not as big of a deal.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, who cares? So if you guys don't know, these photos become 3 years after this session, they become worldwide fame. And it completely like breaks her out into this like sex symbol star that we see in the next, years to come. And suddenly she's about to be the most famous woman in the world.
I mean, the photos are so iconic.
They are so iconic. And that's where we're leaving off today with this photo shoot that's about to change her life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she takes the photos.
She takes them, and years later, people are like, well, of course, like any journey with famous women, people like them, and then they're like, wait, how could you do something so slutty? And she's like, I was so broke, and then she kind of has to like get defensive about it.
Yes, we will talk about that.
Okay, and I didn't like get too much into it because I'm curious of like public reaction and then like what she said and how she felt about them. But we're going to leave off there, and then Claire's going to take it away next week with like all of her marriages.
Yes, and her career and like the height of her career. Well, we'll see how it plays out, but
I'm so excited.
I am too.
I need to know who she marries, and like God, I hope that there's one that she loves that treats her right.
I hope so too.
But I have my doubts.
I mean, I don't know either. And then at the end of the month, we're going to talk about her death and the conspiracies and the Kennedys of it all.
Yeah, so like we are just getting started. We are having so much fun. We hope you guys are having fun too. If you like this episode, subscribe everywhere at Right Answers Mostly. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, watch us watch the video on YouTube. And yeah.
And if you want even more of us, you can join our premium channel where you get 3 bonus episodes a month and a whole back catalog of episodes. We do more history episodes. We do pop culture episodes, personal gossip episodes. We just did a whole like dating episode that was so fun where you wrote in your relationship and dating advice questions.
It's such a nice community, and you can support our show, which just means the world to us. So thank you guys. We love you. And we will see you next week for more Marilyn Monroe.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.